It is not intuitive. You know what she's going to do before she does it.
And you shouldn't be overconfident, but you should be confident. Same time, when we play, I'm a badminton player, and a lot of people say that when we lose sometimes, or when we are disappointed, when we lose a match, people say that it's okay. You've done really well. You are a great you're a great player. You're a good player. So people say that when playing, like when I'm playing a match, people say that you shouldn't be uh, too much thinking that okay, I'm a great player, I can win whatever match, any match I play, and you shouldn't be overconfident, but you should be confident. So what is the difference? People say that you shouldn't be overconfident. When you go into the court, being overconfident, that's not really good for you. But at the same time, you have to be confident that you can win a match. So I just wanted to know the difference because a lot of people told me this.
I hope those people who give you this advice have played some game in their life. You know, one day I was walking in the Chennai airport. Then the Indian Hockey Federation secretary saw me and said, Sadhguru, our boys are going to Germany for the Champions Trophy. Please, can you talk to them? A few years ago, the entire team was with us for 8 days, and we made a big difference for them at that time, way back, I'm talking about almost 27 years ago. So this is a few years later, it's a completely new team. He said, especially that hockey team at that time, largely came from the tribal areas in, Assam, Odisha, these kind of places. So many of these boys have never even traveled outside the country. For the first time, they're going all between the ages of 18 to 22, most of them. Only 2-3 senior players, everybody else is very young, first time they're going into a international trophy, but they're good players, they all come up in that Tata Academy of Hockey, whatever that is, yeah. They're good players, but they have no exposure, they're fearful. So I went there to speak to these boys. And they had one psychologist, somebody they had invited to speak to him in the airport. They're just about to board, let's say in another hour they're leaving. So this guy is telling, what, maa baap ka izzat, aapka… this… I can't repeat these words, he's saying, your parents… this thing, their honor is upon your shoulders. Desh ka izzat aapka this mein hai, sir mein hai, something he's saying, okay? So these boys are just looking open mouth. 1 billion people's expectations is killing, huh? Nobody can carry it on their head. So I looked at this torture they're doing to these boys, and then they asked me to speak. I asked these boys, do you like to play hockey? They say yes. Then I said, I'm sure. I played a lot of hockey when I was young. So I said, I'm sure you can't play hockey. You don't know how to play hockey. Then suddenly their pride said, no, we can play hockey. So we took a stick and a ball and dribbled around a little bit in the airport. And then I said, I don't think you guys, you all gummards, you come from tribal land, can you play hockey? You don't know how to play hockey. Then they said, no, we can play hockey better than anybody. Then what is your problem? If you can play hockey, put the damn ball in the goal, that's all. Don't worry about your country, about your mother, about your father, all this nonsense. Your only thing is you must have lust in your heart to put the ball in the goal, that's all.
Yeah.
You don't try to carry India with you. After you win the thing, then India will come into picture. At that time, only thing that matters is the ball and where it goes. Whether it's with you or it's going to somebody else. And like when we were actually this conversation was in Hyderabad. I was having a conversation in Hyderabad and one of these persons asked, after all the conversation, the last question is this, Sadhguru, how to beat Pakistan in the cricket game? I said, beating Pakistan, Indian army should do. Indian cricket team should not beat Pakistan, they must just hit the ball. They must just hit the ball. What are you trying to beat Pakistan? So with all this emotion, you will do stupid things. Right now, This is a thing that I'm seeing that, all the sports people have become like this. It is not at all necessary to do that. There is substantial medical and scientific evidence to show that when a person is of a pleasant experience, joyful and well, your chemistry is very pleasant, this means your body, your brain, your instincts, everything will function at its best. There is enough evidence for this. But now everybody is going like this, they think only with aggression they can win. It's not that. You don't have to have any aggression. You just have to hit the ball or shuttle or whatever you're hitting well, that's about it. So people believe unless you create a certain level of anger and this thing against somebody you can't play, that is not so. If you're enjoying the game, you will play at your best. Unfortunately, this trend has caught up like this. That's why I said, you must watch Ronaldinho, how deceptive it is and how joyful he is. Have you seen Ronaldinho?
No, I didn't see.
You must see. On the YouTube, you just go and watch Ronaldinho, you must see.
I will.
Because I thought in your game, everything is fantastic, no deception, you're too direct.
Yes. I agree to that. Because I think, yes, I am practicing on that. And as you said, how much ever you just play a stroke, the opponent if the opponent knows, he's going to take it easily. Yeah. And I'm sure like when you play against someone and it's just a difference of like 2-3%. But I think if I improve my deception, as you said, definitely I'm going to raise, some more percent higher. And I think, talking about tall people and, me having that good reach, as you said, yes, definitely I have to utilize that, and, I'm definitely gonna improve a lot more if I really focus on that.
Yeah, today morning I watched you playing.
Did you find any mistakes, sir? Like,
no.
do you have any?
See, what I'm seeing is, you're playing with a Japanese girl, whatever her name. She is… both of you are international classes of players, there's no… It's not for me to teach badminton to you, but what she's covering with 1.5 steps, you're covering with a single step, the space.
Yes.
Don't take me wrongly, I'm not saying anything that way.
No,
You're actually built for tennis, but you're playing shuttle. I'm saying it's a much smaller court compared to your tennis court. So you covering it so efficiently and, it's much easier for you to do that. But a shorter person is always much easier, a smaller person always is much easier to bend, fold their body and get it back quickly. A taller person always has little more difficulty in folding the body and unfolding the body. So always it is important that you don't waste those, those folding the body kind of shots for your opponent when the person is short, because they will easily take it. In your mind, because you're a tall person, it's so difficult for you to go down and take it. You give them those shots, they will take it because they're so small and they're effortlessly going there. Apart from this, see, there are 5 elements in our body: water, air, fire, earth and space. This is called Akash. There is a certain dimension of energy in the human body, the way it functions. The dynamics of yoga is related to these 5 elements, it's called Bhuta Shuddhi. That is, if you cleanse these 5 elements in a certain way, your body will function at its best. That includes… when I say body, in yoga there is no mind and body separately. Mind is also a mental body, everything is body, that's how it is seen. There are certain simple ways that you can enhance the dimension of Akash in you, where if you do this, your ability to perceive will be such, if you can read the opponent 1 second ahead of their own intent, suddenly you will have a huge advantage over them. You must do that. There is simple things. I can either send someone to you, so you can learn, but if you can come here for 3 to 4 days, we can do a good job on the whole thing, because I feel just that one thing. See, you are able to play better than them on many… when I watched a particular match which you won, that is the world championships or whatever, in a very dominant way, what I saw was that girl has to take nearly 2 steps to match your 1 step. So you're clearly using that advantage. But there is no deception, and your ability to read that girl is simply logical, it is not intuitive. If an intuitive reading comes into the thing that you know what she's going to do before she does it, you will be definitely a few percentage points ahead. These things are not just natural and accidental, we can also cultivate them. See, every human being has this. I'm sure as a sports person at that level, you have some intuitive way of looking at things, but it can be cultivated. As you have cultivated your body and your skill of playing the game, you can also cultivate your intuitive nature so that you're able to see what's going to come now. Just 1 second advantage if you have, nobody will be a match. I'm particularly concerned because the shelf life of a professional athlete is so small, you must exploit it fully when you are there.
Yes.